What's up guys, it's Ash, and today we're going to do a tier list on Jessie, the newest hypercharged brawler, and I'm going to be giving you guys my rating for her on every game mode, as well as her best maps to play her in, her best build, the gadgets and star powers you should be running, as well as her best counters and brawlers she's weak against, as well as other tips. So it's going to be a lot of information. Let's start. For her best build, always go with the Energized Star Power, as Jessie can heal her turret by 1060 HP for every shot. This is very important for keeping her turret on the map for a longer time, and it's even more dangerous with Hypercharged Scrappy. For her best gadget, Recoil Spring is insanely good for Heist, but everywhere else you want to use Spark Plug, which is amazing for gaining control, and she's one of the best control brawlers. As for her gears, go with Pet Power, especially now that it received another buff recently, allowing her turret to deal 25% more damage. And finally, go with the damage gear, especially since she has pretty low damage without her super. Let's start with the 3 game modes that you absolutely should not be playing Jessie in. You must consider that she is best in team game modes because her basic attack is best when there are multiple brawlers on the map, so that her shot can bounce off of one brawler to the other. It puts a lot of pressure on teams. It also makes it easier for her to charge her super and hypercharge. Whereas in solo game modes such as duels and solo showdown, it takes her forever to charge. In fact, it takes 16 hits for Jessie to charge her hypercharge. So in most duels and solo showdown games, you're not even gonna get a single hypercharge. And so Jessie is only getting 1 star in these solo game modes. Jessie also receives a 1-star rating in one of the 3v3 game modes. Let's see if you guys can guess which one it is. To understand why, let's talk about what kind of matchups Jessie is best and worst against. She has pretty decent range, but is still outranged by sharpshooters like Piper, Belle, Mandy, Nanny, Brock, and others. And her projectile speed is also very slow, so she struggles a lot against sharpshooters. Her HP is pretty mediocre, and her super, which summons a turret, is bad from a distance and can't shoot through walls, of course. So this also makes her very weak to throwers and brawlers that can take her turret down behind walls like Squeak or Mr. P. With these weaknesses in mind, Jessie only receives a 1-star rating on Knockout because this game mode is full of sharpshooters and throwers. Not just that, Knockout is a very slow-paced game mode, and because it takes Jessie 16 hits to get her hypercharge, you won't even be able to get a single one in many Knockout games. She's just not very impactful in this game mode. There are also 2 other game modes that are full of sharpshooters and throwers, and that's Wipeout and Bouncy, where Jessie is rated 2 stars. This is mainly because these game modes usually last longer, which gives Jessie more opportunities to charge her super and her hypercharge. And certain maps where tanks are more common, such as Canal Grande and Infinite Doom, she will be better in. Still, I don't recommend playing Jessie in these game modes either, so that's why they're both only getting 2 stars. And speaking of tanks, let's talk about what brawlers are the best matchups for Jessie. Her best matchups are short-range brawlers such as tanks, because her Scrappy super is best against short-range brawlers, of course. The best placement for her Scrappy is to place it behind the top wall, making it difficult for the enemy to destroy it. It forces these short-range brawlers to get up and take it down, and oftentimes a tank such as, for example, a Primo, will feed her super, giving you another one after it's destroyed. And not just tanks, Jessie is also very good against brawlers. She can force them to get up close to take down her turret, meaning she's also great against mid-range brawlers like Shelly and Tara, and support brawlers like Poco and Pam, as well as a great counter to Jean, being able to block his pull with her turret. And because she's a spawner, she's amazing against low DPS brawlers like Crow and Gray that have a difficult time taking down her turret. In a game mode such as Duo Showdown, she can punish teams who are next to each other, and it also allows her to get her hypercharge quicker. she can be very deadly with a single hypercharge super, and so we're gonna rate her 3 stars in this game mode. However, make sure to avoid duo showdown maps where there are a lot of walls, because showdown maps with lots of walls also means throwers will be very common, which will make Jessie and her super pretty useless. In Brawl Ball, she gets a healthy 3.5 star rating. Since tanks are pretty common in this mode, she can be a sneaky good pick. She's better as a late pick in draft, as most of her best Brawl Ball maps are maps with lots of walls, which throwers can be very common in. Let's talk about her 3 best game modes now. If you're pushing your Jessie, I really recommend playing her in these modes. Starting with Gem Grab, where she gets a very good 4-star rating. She's an amazing gem carrier, even more so now with Hypercharge. This is mainly because she matches up very well against common mids like Jean and 8-Bit. However, she does struggle against Piper. Her turret provides her with added protection against assassins like Mortis, Fang, and Leon, as well as tanks, which makes her a very safe gem carrier. Her second best game mode is Hot Zone, where she is rated 4.5 stars. She's excellent in all single zone maps such as Ring of Fire, Open Zone, Dueling Beetles, and Iron Cover. Especially now because she's the best mid-brawler who has access to Hypercharge. And of course, her basic attack is incredible against enemies who try to clump up in a single zone. Unfortunately, she's not very good in dual zones like Split, where there are throwers that are common on that map as well. So that's why she misses out on the perfect 5 stars for this mode. And finally, her best mode in the game is easily Heist. If you guys ever dropped the Jessie turret on the safe with her recoil spring gadget, it's one of the most satisfying things in the game. Just watching it quickly destroy that safe. Now with her hypercharge, it's even more insane. So you have a huge 10,000 HP big turret with bonus damage, add your pet power gear for 25% more damage, and it's like you're in heaven. And it's not just that, Heist is a game mode that's very common for tanks, making Jessie a super good pick. So there you guys have it, the best tier list for Jessie and all the game modes. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know which brawlers you guys want me to do a tier list for next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon. Take care.